room 6. The main reason I booked this room is I'm dying for a piss. This room's £110. The last 4-poster bedroom we stayed in Dartmoor was £110. Seems to be the going rate. We're in the George and Pilgrim in... where are we? In Glastonbury. When I came in, I felt a cold spot in the wardrobe, funnily enough. When you open it, you can actually feel the cold air inside the wardrobe. I mean, it's quite subtle, isn't it? They call it the Henry VIII room. The floor is warped. It's a pretty atmospheric room, wouldn't you say? Sana's not saying anything. She's had enough of saying things. Should we go to the co-op and get a sandwich? Or would that be really sad? This is the old pile. And that's my bedroom with the 2 windows open. And the barn windows too. And no confident town of this size is complete without a NatWest Bank. The thing I love about this high street, having just been to this place for the first time, is it's the most hippified high street I've ever seen. It's got bookshops on all manner of esoteric and new agey subjects. There's a shop called Crystals. It was a bit like that in Stratford-upon-Avon, but there was just a hint of it. Here it's riotous. They've had the riots in London, but here they're having a riot of new age belief. I mean, look at these shops. The Cat and Cauldron. Celestial. Even the toy shop is a paean to psychedelia. Do you think we could, if we'd rocked up here earlier on, we probably could have got some drugs? Sana's having a quiet night, aren't you, Sana? Yeah. Quiet night for you. For me, it's interestingly, I'm hearing something a bit similar to what I heard in the Black Swan. A couple of times I've heard a kind of staticky sound. It's hard to describe, but it's a bit like the sound of, you know, when the wind picks up and you hear the scratch of leaves. It's a bit like that, but it's not like that. How was your sleep, Sana?
Quite good.
Anything unusual happened to you?
No.
How about in the bathroom?
Well, there's possibility that there was something.
What was it?
It felt like somebody was touching my back, shoulder.
Anyhow, just say that was Sana's imagination.
Yep.
So I would say that for me, I haven't studied the audio footage yet, but I think there were some sounds which were a little bit paranormal-ish. I didn't sleep very comfortably between 3 and 5:30-ish because of that, but it's a bit like the Black Swan, really. There's nothing significant. And also I'm pissed off about the Wi-Fi. We're supposed to have Wi-Fi and it doesn't work properly. So I give the George and Pilgrim 1.5 skulls.
Teenagers use social media to meet up and go on the rampage. As Emily Gindelsberger knows to her cost, her leg was broken after she met a mob of teenagers headed for Philadelphia's city centre.
What's the verdict? This is our last haunted hotel we're staying in, probably for financial reasons. Haunted or not haunted?
Well, could be.
We could always ask them. Hold on. Is that one haunted? Any stories?
Most of them are, mate.
Most of them, yeah? You hear stories about them?
Oh yes, you get glasses falling off the shelves and smashing at certain
What are
times.
you doing? Glasses falling off shelves and stuff?
Yeah,
So if I was like hearing noises last night, that's not just my mind then?
probably not.
Probably not.
No.
Okay. Great. Anything? Have you ever seen anything?
Not here, up the road I have.
Up the road? What?
Yeah.
The,
It was actually caught on photograph.
really? Yeah?
Yes, Barnabas the monk used to do the children's home upstairs and go across at the abbey.
So he moves around buildings? He's in
Yes,
this building too?
There's one here called Jack the Stable Lad who used to go up to where Barnabas was up there on the road.
Really?
Which is where the gauntlet is now.
So they're like friends, are they?
Well, they seem to move things around, little buggers.
Okay.
Even knocked books off the shelf they didn't like, and one of them fell off the shelf one day and hit me on the head.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks a lot.
But you can tell when they're around, 'cause there's generally a temperature change as well. I've got a couple in my place.
Really?
I live just at the top end of the car park.
Wow. So what do you sorry, do you mind Sana's got like camera on? Is that alright?
They just basically look after me, really. It's an old couple that used to live there when it was a house, and they loved it so much they carried on living there until they died, really.
Wow. So
And
how
how-
old is the house?
Well, it's now a shop actually. It's Dillaway and Dillaway, the Indian shop, but I've got a flat from round the back of it, which was an old outbuilding at one time, and she'll come in, see us, make sure we're all right.
Do you see her? Or just
I certainly feel
Sense
her,
her, you
and
just-
when it's dark, some of my other friends have been in there and actually seen her in there. She's been stood there just going, because I was asleep.
so are you a member of a paranormal group or something?
Nope.
No? But you seem interested in this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I certainly believe in it, and that I even seen a ghost walk from my fence right the way through the stone wall into Rainbow's End Cafe in the middle of the night.
Is this a particularly haunted town, do you think? There's lots of, say, above average number of ghosts around these parts?
I mean, I've heard of another round the corner and where the crystal shop is now, so there are quite a fair few around.
Yeah. You say your ghosts look after you, like, how do you know it's them? How do you know it's the couple?
You sense which ghost is which.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're sort of picking it up telepathically?
Because when they started building the gauntlet, there was they obviously went to put the foundations down, and they let the spirit loose of a Saxon warrior.
Right.
His spirit was totally different. It come in, smashed up things in the shop, and we had to get someone to exercise him in the end and put him back to rest because he was, oh, it was a horrible cold atmosphere all the time. Things were getting broken and thrown around. The energy in there was horrible, it really was.
So that was a medium that identified that he was Saxon, was it?
Yes.
Okay. And were they able to talk to each other?
She didn't even really want to talk to him, he was that bad.
Really?
She just exercised him and put him back to where he was because she didn't like him at all. She had the same sort of feeling as I did.
That's amazing, isn't it? It's amazing that someone can be in limbo for that long.
Mm.
You know, he should be going on to the next place, shouldn't he?
Mm.
Can't a man have a drink?